Your head like an old song. I've had the song on repeat all day. I really gotta let it go. It's fucking me up today.
Hey,
Staring at the
language,
Sun by
language filler. This is a
Sunflower
family
seeds
channel.
are good. Yeah, I just actually thought about that in the last song. I'm like, oh, I told her I'd upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I said I would try to. And we haven't recorded anything today. We haven't bossed them out though. We got a lot left to go. So what you saw before this, let me turn this loud mower on. Disconnected the safety down there. So now when I'm mowing, I got to pick stuff up. I don't have to shut it off all the time. Many you would frown. I don't care. Makes it easier. Just wrapped up another one here. Everything you saw before what you're seeing right now was Wednesday. I know I told you guys I'd try to put a video up every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I also did tell you that that's not always going to happen. And yesterday, it did not happen. So, yeah. So this is, we are now on Thursday. Yesterday we mowed, it snowed on us. Well, it rained a bunch, and yeah, it snowed on us at different times on Tuesday while we were mowing. That was pretty miserable. But let me put this mower back on the trailer.
Is this thing recording?
Yeah.
Oh.
It just barely fits on there.
I'm just...
That just turns into footage off to delete.
Why do you have to delete it? You gotta put in the video in slow-mo.
It's fine, but if you keep doing it, I gotta delete it because then you can't see it. It doesn't. What did I do with my gloves this time? Did I throw them on the seat? I've lost those gloves more this year. Billy, I packed you a hearty lunch today.
Like the singer?
Alright, oh yeah, except for I'm not gonna go into somebody's double wide and shoot them or nothing. But I don't really care about anybody that much. You know what, I did watch this thing this morning.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, I do care about certain things that much. I love my bike.
This guy over here, that's what I thought. Dad!
Peach Edition Monster Energy. For all your Monster Energy needs. So we gotta go to a new one over here. We plowed it all winter, but we're gonna be mowing it out. What the hell? Oh, I ran over a little chunk of wood. But I watched this thing this morning. It was talking about dating in 2023 and what it's like, and I'm just like, you're dumb. You're done. You're done. Like dating? No. Am I? It's so funny because, so this is great. So the one thing everybody always says about me around here, they're like, you know everybody. I'm like, yeah, I do. When I was married, my wife used to say the same thing every time, especially when I get out of a ticket. Or my daughter would always say, I went somewhere, and they're like, I know your dad. And I'm like, I do know everybody. Which is really funny because I constantly hear all the time about how, like, the ex's family members and friends, so on and so forth, talk all this crap about me, and I think it's hilarious. Like it's so funny. Like they don't think it's gonna come back to me. Like they know I know everybody. Maybe they want it to come back to me, but either way, the point that I'm getting at is that they keep saying I have like multiple girlfriends a week, and I'm like, and I think that is the funniest thing because I'm like, no, just no. Like I have, it's funny to me. Am I opposed to dating? No. Am I looking? Hell no. I pretty much have figured out that trying to date anybody in 2023, and this isn't just about women, this is men and women. It's either somebody that's been through a divorce and something bad happened. Best to give those ones a couple years and just leave them alone. Or you got the ones that, you know, just absolutely refuse that anything in life has ever been their fault in a relationship, male or female, and their therapists just haven't nailed down the right pill combination yet, so leave those ones alone too. But
What's your medicine cabinet look like?
Yeah, it's
the ones that you're too nice, so I can't.
Or they got
date
big
you.
time daddy issues. Oh boy, that's another whole thing in itself. But you know, their daddy didn't love them, or their daddy beat them up, or whatever the case is. And 9 times out of 10, it's absolute lies, but they think everyone's gonna believe it anyway. But there's just a whole slew of reasons why I don't have a girlfriend and I don't want one. Well, I can't say I don't want one. I'm not opposed to it. I'm just definitely not looking. No.
Agree.
I am looking for the town to move these frickin' trucks out of the way.
Yeah, they're not going to.
Yeah, well, I'll beat the horn. I don't give a shit. It's town of Lewiston. Like, turn it off. I don't think they're even there. Like, you guys are literally blocking the whole road.
No cones, no nothing.
No, like this truck, they can't do nothing about it. They're working on a house. But this town truck, like, seriously? This. Look at this crap, people. Ridiculous. There's nobody even there. Like, where are they all? They're picking up brush. You got the payloader right there. That tandem up there is full of brush. This one's empty, waiting.
I bet you we can fit.
Like, you freaking kidding me right now? There's no way I can fit the trailer through there. No way. I mean, if those mirrors weren't on the trucks, yeah, but that ramp is going to hit the mirror on that white truck. Guaranteed. Width-wise, I could probably fit. I don't know where they are. This car's going to go ahead and squeeze right through. No, they're not. They're going to pull in this driveway and turn around. Are you freaking kidding me? Guess what? We're backing up down the freaking road. Idiots. And we're going to use this guy's driveway right over here. I hope he doesn't get pissed. Actually, I really don't care. What's he going to do? Come out and beat me up? Be like, well, you go tell your town workers to move their crap out of the way. Now we gotta go around the block. Oh, I love town workers. They're so special. Some of them are great. Some of them are, I don't know. Anyway, we've been rambling on 6 minutes. Oh my goodness, I better cut this down. All right, so this is Thursday, and you'll get a video today, and I can't guarantee tomorrow. But we're mowing along. It's supposed to be 70 today. We've been mowing in rain and snow for 3 days. Literally snowing on us while we're mowing. So, looking forward to the warmth. It is 2:27. We have 8 of them left. We got one right over here up the street. And then we got this one and that one over there. These both are the ones with cliffs. But I'm not going to try to explain it. I've said it in a million videos. That's what I'm eager to see. I've said it in a million videos. You can't see. You can't tell how steep it is. But I filmed these doing mulch. This is the one, if y'all remember from last year. Okay, this one here, that's really steep. And that one over there is really steep too. But you just can't tell. But this is the one right there. I don't know if you can see the little red flags there. It's got a square marked off. Grass grew back, ruts filled in.
Hey, I can send you the picture. You can put in the video of me, you, Max, and Connor when we mowed down, and you stood up on your bed, and me, Max, and Connor were out there, and you took a picture of all of us. I'll send it to you, and then we can put it in the video.
When I mulched it.
Yeah.
Or when we all mulched it last year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's but that's that front yard anyway where I buried the mower last year.
I'm so glad we had the carts when we did that.
Why is your girl toy mentioning me in her story? I'm not saying her name on camera.
Girl toy?
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't have a girl toy.
Oh.
Your book.
Yeah. She's like countryside lawn out here spitting straight fire.
That's the ghetto side coming out.
That's what I do, baby. But yeah, so we're not doing too bad. Look at. She walking in the door.
No, I can't see that far.
How can I see that far? You always see better than I do.
I usually do, but I can't.
You didn't see that in the black tights and the
peepers aren't
tank
as good
top?
as they used to be back in the olden days when I was a youngster. Back when I was a little knee-high grasshopper.
I'll look, but I'm not even.
Window shopping.
Yeah, I'm not shopping at all. Trust me. But anyway, so it's 2:30 now, and we have 8 left. We've done 21 so far, 22, 21, 22, something like that. So we have 8 left, including these 3 right here.
What hitch is that? Oh, that's out of the dually.
Yeah, that's the 3.
After you stole mine.
I called about a bed today for the dually, so hopefully we get an answer. Hopefully a buddy of mine has one, and then we can put it back to a regular truck and turn it back in the mow truck. Anyway, all right, Billy. So you're gonna start trimming them, and I'm gonna start mowing these cliffs. I'll mow these 2 cliffs. So trim these 2. I'll trim that one down there. Trim these 2 out. This one isn't really anything. It's just around the rock pile that there. You remember, and then that line of rocks going up, and then that one over there. That first set of rock wall. And then the metal strip that runs down that side, whip around the house, and then the edge of that one over there. And then after you get done trimming them, mow the upper parts of both of these. I'm just going to mow the 2 cliffs, and I'm going to go down there and I will weed whack, mow that one. And if you're done before me, just bring the truck up there like always. Alright? Alright, let's go do something. And I already know it's coming, so before any of you give me crap for sending Billy to weed whack both these by himself, I do 90% of the weed whacking during the day. I take it easy on him. Isn't that right, Billy? Who does 90% of the weed whacking?
Last year, I have trimmed more in the past week than I've trimmed of all of last year.
You have, but who has trimmed more in the last week, you or me? Almost every single house I get out of the truck and I grab a trimmer and send you mowing, don't I?
No.
Today you've done a bunch, but
I did a bunch yesterday.
But all week so far, I've done 90% of the trimming, almost every lawn. I jump off and I start trimming and send you mowing. Don't even lie, Billy.
You're smiling behind the camera. You can't even.
I am smiling because he's got that stupid goofy look on his face like he's trying to lie. We'll let Max jump in on this conversation.
No, because he'll say, oh yeah, last year. Pops,
no, because Max just knows how it is.
Because Max even knows that last year you did the trimming more than any of us.
Every year, because I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother me either.
You guys don't. Then how come as soon as you get out, unless I tell you to trim, you jump right on a mower?
No, I've jumped down and grabbed the trimmer before. I did it a bunch today too.
Billy, you gotta stop taking them hallucinogens or whatever it is you're taking.
You gotta stop hanging out with the neighbor.
I said I wasn't gonna mention it, but whatever. That's on him. Okay, so let me run you guys through what I'm doing here. This customer loves her lawn cut short. She prefers it right around 3 inches. I'm cutting it at 3 1/4 for the first cut. This lawn is all of 7-8 inches tall, so I knew before I even started I was going to have a mess on my hands and I was going to have to double cut it at least. What I did is I ended up triple cutting it. So this first cut here, I didn't speed it up. You guys asked for some video footage of not speeding up the footage, so which I usually do. I usually just speed it up and put music to it, as many of you already know. But I left it regular footage, regular speed. I just kind of toned the sound of the actual video footage down some, so it wasn't overpowering me talking. But you can see the grass blowing out of this deck. As many of you know, this is the Wright ZK with a 72-inch deck. And this thing it cuts phenomenal. It's been awesome as far as cutting, as far as riding. It's really fast. Still some stuff I need to do to it to make it how I want it, but so far it's working pretty good. But you can see the massive amounts of grass that are coming out of there. It's just leaving rows of grass, but it's still giving a nice flat, even cut. The blades do need sharpened. We mowed a new property today. That one I was trying to get to and those town trucks were in the way. That property is about 4 acres. It's pretty big, and there was a lot of sticks down. We picked up as many as we could. We didn't know it was in that shape. We would have added it to our stick cleanup list when we did that last week. But so I picked up as many as I could, but I definitely ran over a bunch of them. So that was earlier this morning. We cut another probably 15 lawns after that one before we got to this point. So they definitely need sharpened. But as you can tell, I mean, I don't know if you can tell in the footage. I can kind of tell looking back at it right here. It's still cutting very nice. And like I said, you can just see the massive amounts of grass there. So what I do is I cut the whole thing. I didn't go real slow, but I didn't go as fast as the machine goes either. Like I said, this is real-time footage. I didn't speed it up, slow it down, nothing. So this is the speed I'm going. And got a nice, clean, even cut at 3 1/4. And then I bumped the deck up 2 notches, and I go over it a second time. And that pretty much cleans up 90% of everything that's left there, but I still wasn't happy. I wanted it to look great. So even though I wasn't getting it down to the 3 inches she likes it at, next week I'll be able to do that, no problem. But I wasn't going to cut this more than 3 times. So like I said, bumped it up 2 notches, and I am now just going over it a second time. And it does get rid of most of the grass that was laying there, but there's a little bit left, so I'll cut it again one more time after this, and you'll see that coming up here. And then I'll pick the camera up and I'll show you just one angle of it and how it looks. And then what I do is I end up taking the camera in the back. You'll see that coming up here in a minute, and it films Billy Mow in the backyard. He only had to double cut that back there. But he's using the Wright X52 that I bought last year at the end of the year, or toward the end of the year. It wasn't as bad, but he had to cut that twice back there, and then it was cleaned up. So you'll see some footage of him mowing back there, and then he comes back around the front with the camera and shows this front yard again at a different angle. So still with the deck just bumped up 2 notches from the 3 1/4, so technically it'd be at like 3 3/4. And I'm going over it the 3rd time here. All in all, I know some people comment, say, what a waste of time, this and that. It really wasn't. I think it took me a total of 10 minutes to cut this thing 3 times. So it really wasn't, and it's worth it to me. We only had 3 lawns to go after this one, and it was only like 4 o'clock. So it's not like we were in a big rush for time. And I just refuse to leave laying grass on a customer's property, so I'm not going to do that. I used to bag everything back in the day, as you guys know. I literally bagged every property in the springtime. I got away from that. We don't bag anything anymore, and it doesn't take any more time to double cut or even triple cut than it would have if I would have bagged this with, say, the Walker. And it pretty much isn't really going to look any different if you bag it than if you triple cut it or double cut it. So you figure in the extra time, you got to keep stopping to dump out the bagger when you're dealing with this much grass. And then when you get back to the shop at the end of the day, you got to dump all that grass, because if you leave it sitting there, you get all these bugs all over it and it smells really, really bad. So it really doesn't take any extra time to just cut it like this. Plus, technically, this is actually better for it because you're just mulching everything up, and as the grass breaks down, it's just naturally fertilizing the lawn. So it's going to be greener and thicker anyway and healthier. So you can see from this angle right here how it looks to come out really nice. And like I said, you'll see it from a different angle in just a few minutes here. But you're about to see in the backyard, I go right up the side here, around to the back, and show what Billy's cutting back there. And then I'll set the camera up here in a second, and you will see Billy actually doing some mowing back here. So as you can tell, Billy's got some grass laying back here too. Not nearly as much as what I had, but you know, two things come into play. One, it just wasn't quite as long, and two, he's also not blowing the volume out the deck that I am, because my mower's a lot bigger. So Billy's just double cutting everything. He had already cut everything once, and he's just going in the same direction with his deck raised up just a little bit. I'm not sure how much he raised it up. I'm guessing he probably went up 2 notches. That's pretty much the standard of what we do. I found that these mowers work very well cleaning up if you bump the deck up 2 notches. Sometimes you got to bump it up a little bit more, just depending on what it is. If it's heavy wet clover that you cut through that holds so much moisture, then you got to bump it up even higher, usually 3 or 4 notches, and just take the top off, and then you can bump it back down a notch or 2 and go over it again. But the stuff just gets so thick. If you try just cutting it at the same height or just 1 or 2 notches, usually it'll just clump up inside the deck and then shoot clumps out. And that's happened with every mower I've owned, from Wrights to Exmark, Toro, Skag. I still stand by no mower on the market cuts wet grass better than a Toro or an Exmark, but you know, it's that Advantage Plus, or that Turbo Force deck on the Toro is my absolute favorite for wet grass. But these Wrights are definitely doing very well. We've caught a lot of wet grass, especially with the rain and the snow we've worked through, but they've been handling very, very well this year. So Billy's just going to do a couple more of his passes here, fanning out the rest of his grass, and then he'll show you an angle. I believe from the back he shows an angle of what it looked like when he's done and the stripes that he laid. This mower definitely laid some really good stripes, and this yard usually, you know, obviously your stripes will show depending on which way the sun is. If the sun is behind you, you're going to see it, but if you're looking right towards the sun, you're never going to see your stripes. But he shows you that angle here in a minute, so you'll see what the finished product looks like, and it come out really good. So she'll be happy with it, and as a matter of fact, she sent me a text probably half hour, 40 minutes after we left, and said, "Thank you for getting here. I was thinking it was going to rain all day today, but it didn't, so everything worked out well, and the lawn looks great." So, you know, she's happy. Everything's good, but you're going to see, like I said, you'll see here from a different angle. He's going to go around the front and show you just a different angle of the front yard and how that came out from me cutting it in that direction as well. So all in all, it came out great, and I'm happy with it. She's happy with it. On to the next lawn.